Alright everybody, and welcome back to The Expanse, a Telltale series. Today we're going to be discussing episode 5. We're going to briefly go over a little bit about this episode, spoiler free of course, give our rating on this episode before moving on to discuss the game overall and giving a final rating. That section will of course have some spoilers, but I'll warn you ahead of time. With that said, we have to jump straight into everybody's favorite topic, the length of the episode. So, I'm fairly certain people who don't put any time exploring in are probably going to be pretty disappointed to learn that the episode is probably about 30 minutes long. I myself was able to complete it in maybe 40, but I also took a couple side paths and did some interactions which may have padded out the time by about 10 minutes or so. The game of course continues to run and look great, and they even sped up the quick time events, making them feel a lot more fun to participate in. There was of course a ton of action in this one, and I had a lot of fun with mostly watching it. It was also pretty cool to see how all of the quests that we did earlier on in the earlier episodes, watch them play out a bit here. And it would be pretty interesting to go back and see how our decisions change the outcome. Unfortunately, due to the length of the game and trying to avoid spoilers, there's not much else I can say here other than the episode was fun. Unfortunately, it's still gonna receive a 7. Now, this is definitely above average still, as it was a ton of fun, but the length of time really, unfortunately for this one, kind of took me out of it a bit. You hit one portion of the episode and you're thinking, that can't possibly be it, is it? And it is. Which kind of killed it a little bit for me. Luckily for the game, however, the way it all wraps up is pretty good. I'm quite satisfied with the way that everything turned out. And now we move in to the overall rating of the game. And there may be some spoilers in this section. So how do I feel that the game was altogether? Well, considering we have a ton of replayability to see how things wrap up, granted, we're never going to see Drummer die unless we intentionally fail some QuickTime events or walk into some lasers. We still had the opportunity to try and save some of our crew and make things turn out a little bit better for us in the end. The puzzles were super simplistic. The QuickTime events got better towards the end, which was great. And the story and characters I thought were pretty interesting. I liked going back and speaking with all of them and seeing what other kind of hidden dialogue we could get. There were a ton of logs that you could read if you wanted some backstories on the ships or the places that you explored. It was, however, a little drawn out. I feel like they probably could have cut this down to 3 or 4 episodes and it probably would have felt better length of time wise. However, I do love the fact that Telltale is back, and I'm hoping that they'll continue to make games. All that said, the game is, depending on when you purchase it, at around $40, and taking all of those things into consideration, probably around a 7. It was a good first step for them coming back, and The Expanse was a lot of fun. And I went back and recently watched the series, so yeah, I think they did the show justice. So, would I recommend the game? Probably. I would wait until it's on sale. As a matter of fact, at time of recording, it is like 40% off on Epic Games if you wanted to go check it out for yourself. But at $40, I guess it depends on how much money you put on entertainment per hour. A lot of people say you want to try to get $1 per hour out of it, and at that price, it's probably not going to fulfill that goal, unless of course you go back and do a bunch of different playthroughs to try to get alternate endings. Overall, it was definitely pretty interesting to go back and see all of Drummer's exploits before everything went down in the main series. Definitely an interesting character within the story, and I'm kind of hoping that they do some more in the Expanse universe. I would love to see Julia get her own backstory from all the family issues all the way up until things happened in the main show where she ended up covered in some nasty barnacles. It might also be cool to see our friendly neighborhood detective go back through and solve some cases on series. Could be a lot of different angles they could take and a lot of fun. At any rate, that is going to do it for us here today. Thank you everybody for stopping out. I greatly appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoyed this look at The Expanse, a Telltale series. And keep an eye out for even more reviews coming along here in the future. But until then, and before you go, make sure that you get down in the description, check out all those media links, likes, follows, subs, all those fun things. And then, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, stay healthy out there, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye everybody.